Okay, I guess the question is basically, do we have a soul? And what happens to the soul after a person dies? Where does it go? Well, I'm not going to answer a lot of stuff for that. I'm just going to go into uh, uh, theories and real quick ones. First of all, in our body we have atoms. We are made of atoms. The whole universe, every matter, everything is in this universe is made of building blocks, rocks, living life, ocean water, everything, planets, everything, life, trees, any kind of life forms. Everything's made of building blocks, and building blocks are basically atoms. Atoms are basically a number of protons, same amount of number of electrons, and neutrons. Pretty much, protons are positive, electrons are negative. So there's always going to be an amount of protons in the center, and let's say it's two or more. You need neutrons to glue them together. In other words, so they don't fly off. So protons will be several, and neutrons will be there to keep them together so they don't fly off. And for the same amount of protons, there's going to be the same amount of electrons, and it's basically positive, negative. And this is spinning fast around the protons and neutrons, extremely fast. Point is, there's a research going on. They're trying to open a portal using vibrating neutrons. And these neutrons, they, according to some scientists, can actually travel a parallel universe that has parallel planets and parallel mountains and rocks and stuff. Where they have life forms, it could be. I'm not saying there is. But anyway, it's basically neutrons can penetrate parallel universe. So basically what I'm trying to say is, in your own body, every atom in your body has neutrons. And every neutron in your body has the possibility to travel dimensions, to travel parallel universe, travel a different place. Whether it be good or bad, I can't speak for everyone. But whether you believe in heaven and hell, well, there you go. That's one of the possibilities. Because, I mean, it's just not for sure. We're just saying, what if? Nobody knows for sure, but we know one fact: neutrons are able to penetrate parallel universe. So that's in each cell of your body. So, but so far that's what we know right now. When I'm talking about neutrons by themselves, okay, neutrons by themselves only in vibration mode. Can actually penetrate through going through. They actually try to experiment, use a tunnel, and it's got a magnet. I think it's 50 meters. I think 50 meters tunnel, and they got a magnet, and they shoot these vibrating neutrons to allow them to become parallel neutrons and travel into another universe, another place, a copy of this universe, but it's a lot larger than this one. That's what they're saying. So we know one fact: neutrons do travel to other parallel places. Like I said, I don't know if it's hell or other place or heaven. It could not. It could be. It could not be. We don't know. That's the answer. We don't know. But one thing for sure, according to research, they're trying to open a portal using neutrons, shooting neutron ray or particles, a stream of particles of neutrons, and vibrating, and trying to go past a 50-meter tunnel of magnets and try to open a portal. So that's what they're trying to do. But the key interesting part is your body has neutrons. Interesting, huh? Now the thing is, according to what they're saying, is that when a person dies and stuff, your body recycles itself. In other words, water molecules and a lot of stuff in your body, organic and stuff. Some of it will go to the ground. Water molecules evaporate, go into the skies, the clouds, and it'll come back as rain, and it'll recycle itself in other life forms, or trees, ocean water, even to other humans as a recyclable resource. But in certain aspects, a body as a decaying, it produces, in some cases, or in, I don't know if it's every case, probably is, it becomes one of the particles becomes helium. As it decays, a human body decays, it creates a helium, and they're saying that helium actually is able to escape our atmosphere. Actually, it floats away into atmosphere. Some of it might be going toward the sun. Other helium atoms that came out of the body may go into space and forever and ever. So my point is that if helium is created as a byproduct of decaying body and it goes into space, what other molecules are created during the process of decaying? So I mean, what else does it transform when you die off, when you decay? That's interesting because we don't know. I mean, if helium is able to become helium after you die, I'm not saying all atoms. I mean a small tiny portion, and it goes into space, floats away, bye bye, infinite space. That's pretty interesting. So, where is the soul? What is it made of? Okay, what is the soul made of? Remember, if we're living in this reality, it has to be made of something. Maybe something that either it's could be related to this world, to this universe, like some sort of atoms, or maybe something else on that's not basically out of this world. But what point is, if our body is made of neutrons, it can go parallel universe. If they're by themselves, what else can it go? What other particles in our bodies can travel into other places? But obviously not while we're alive. Maybe one person pass away and go somewhere else. We don't know, but we know one thing for sure: helium, which comes out of the decaying body, travels into space, or let's actually transform into helium. Some of it, not all of it, just a tiny portion. And also neutrons, if they're by themselves, they can easily travel into a parallel dimension or parallel universe. So it makes you wonder what else. I mean, we have a soul, and we understand that some of us will go into heaven, and others will go into hell. So so far we haven't discovered what the soul is made of, but it makes you wonder. We already have at least one candidate, but it's not it. I'm talking about neutrons able to penetrate by themselves into other dimensions. But that's interesting because you and I are made of atoms. Atoms are made of protons, neutrons, and electrons. But they say neutrons can actually penetrate the mirror image, mirror galaxy, universe, whatever they call it. So it's pretty interesting. So they know for a fact they can do that, neutrons. Now, actually, they're trying to do a major test on it and figure if it does actually happen, and they theorize it will. But anyway, what else, or what other portion of the atom can actually travel into a parallel mirror universe that's basically larger than ours? What else from the atom? Is it a whole atom? We don't know. But I'm just suggesting that the body can actually, at least it's neutrons are by themselves can travel from point A to point B. My opinion or my theory is, let's say a person lived and then died, okay, and it's atoms, protons, neutrons, electrons, and let's say the universe got destroyed somehow, wiped out, okay, disintegrated, whatever, the universe at the end. What happens to those atoms that the person was made of? More exactly is, if the universe gets destroyed or something, then the neutrons will escape to another universe. Point is, at the end of the game, neutrons got to go somewhere. But obviously, at this point, they say it's just by themselves. So eventually, when everything comes to an end. Not at death, but maybe the universe has to go end someday. Not now, but eventually, you know, neutrons has to go penetrate somewhere. You know, all these neutrons got to go somewhere, right? Let's say, you know, that's my theory. Anyway, it's pretty interesting stuff. It's just hypothetical. It's nothing's real, except that we know that soul exists, and we just don't know what the soul is made of. But we know our bodies are made of atoms, and atoms are protons. I'm sorry, neutrons and electrons, and we know that vibrating neutrons can actually penetrate another place, and we know there are bodies. In each living atom has neutrons. So there's a lot of mystery. I'm wondering if when you decay, you die, does your body change? Other molecules are created that actually penetrate the veil. Not the veil, I'm sorry. They penetrate the parallel, whatever, universe, what do you want to call it? When you decay, you become a different, molecules become differently. Some of them will return back to Earth. But what if helium is created? That's my key point. If helium is created when you die, a little bit here and there, what else is created as you die? The person dies. And if that created a new atom, where does it go? And what is the soul made of? Is it detectable within our own science? Is it made of something of this universe or from another universe? You see, we don't know if universe is made of atoms. Well, we know. I'm sorry, we know it does. It's made of atoms. The question, I apologize, is we don't know if the soul is made of atoms. And if it is or it's not, we don't know. It could be out of this world, out of this universe. But we know we have a soul. Just don't know what it's made of. Anyway, my other theory, real quick, is we sleep. We sleep a lot. Every day we sleep here and there. We dream. I always wonder. Well, I wonder. You know, dreams. But now I'm wondering. Okay, you dream, but we know we have neutrons. And what if some weird case scenario, you dream and part of the neutrons go travel to the other side and come back? So my point is, are dreams just dreams, or a little touch of reality from a different place? Like I said, we don't know. Just all wacky stuff. But anyway, a little science there to make you think. You guys have a good one.